Press. No. I don't feel depressed. No.
We are rolling.
Brian wants to do a podcast.
Hey, hi, hello. This is Friend Dog Studios, and welcome to Brian Wants to Do a Podcast. I'm Ben Oxshire.
I'm Brian Huther, and I want to do a podcast.
He sure the heck does. The problem is we haven't been able to determine what the format of the podcast should be. So for a few weeks here, maybe for a while, until we find the one we like, Brian is pitching new formats, new premises for podcasts, and we're going to sort through them and see if we can find a winner. What's your idea for a podcast?
This one is just a podcast about how much free stuff can we get.
Oh.
All the free trial subscriptions, like there's 1 month free, or
Yes.
get this mattress, and then you can just give it back to us if you don't like it after 100 days. The goal would be to see how much...
Right. How much stuff can we accumulate?
It would be more, I think, of a documentary style podcast. I think we would just get a lot of audio of us going through the process and signing up for as many things as we could and keeping a crazy calendar with all the dates that we had to cancel subscriptions by.
I have signed up for so many free trials for so many things. Pretty much every time I see a free trial on offer for something I'm even half interested in, I sign the fuck up for that thing.
That's how we started living together. I had one free month of being a roommate.
That's right.
Trial, and you forgot to cancel.
And that's how they get you is, whether it's like CBS All Access or like a person living in the same home as you. If you forget to cancel, then it just auto renews and you get busy and you're just like, oh, fuck, Brian's still here. I'm still here with Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And it just kind of goes on. And then you start to think like, oh, it's only like such and such a month, but it adds up over time.
Do you even remember how much I am per month? How much?
Oh,
it costs?
no. Honestly, I put it on a card years ago, and I don't even keep track of it anymore.
You're really late on the payments on that card, by the way.
Oh, no. Oh, that's right, because it's an old card. I got declined probably by now.
I'm out at this point about $30,000.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So if you could get that to me just anytime.
Yeah. I'm going to have to murder you.
I could Venmo you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to kill you.
What was that thing you said?
You said Venmo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to murder you. Or do you have a PayPal address?
PayPal works.
Okay,
too.
great. I'm going to kill you because there's no way that I could pay off that debt.
Well, I don't have any other thoughts about this podcast idea. So let's do... I just want to eat these chocolate-covered raisins.
Yeah, this... Of all the points in your day when you could be eating chocolate-covered raisins, this might be the most ill-advised point.
Well, this is the time that is the soonest that I am sitting down after buying them.
Sure.
Which I feel like is a totally logical time.
No, I understand, because earlier in the day, you didn't even have the raisins.
Right. And later in the day, it won't be right now, which is honestly the point.
Right now is pretty much the best time to eat anything. But this right now happens to converge with a time when your mouth is very close to a microphone.
Ben.
What's up?
I don't feel like doing a podcast right now.
Oh, yeah?
There have been days when I can only think of the next time we're going to record an episode of this.
Uh-huh.
And then for some reason, a day like today, I feel so sleepy droopy. I want to put my head on top of a pill and just go back to little nap time, dream time, hang out with I have 4 sheep friends.
Have you named them?
2 of them have names, and 2 of them have personalities.
Do the ones with names have personalities?
That's the progression. First, they have animal instinct. And then they grow to have personality. Mm-hmm. After that, I give them a name, and then I send them off to develop their own dream world.
Now, you've told me, though, that you don't dream very often.
I'm actually working on it.
You're working on dreaming?
Yes.
How's that going?
I'm working on dreaming, and I'm working on lucid dreaming. I set 5 different notifications on my phone throughout the day that just say, am I dreaming? Hopefully that becomes such a constant part of my subconscious.
Yes.
That I then realize I'm dreaming without waking up.
Yes.
And then I can start to influence my dreams.
How has it worked yet?
All it was is that my dream went from letterbox to full screen at one point.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's an upgrade.
I realized that the frame on my dream was too small, and I enlarged it, and I just realized
the frame on my dream is too small. I want the aspect ratio that can take in it all. The definition of my dream is too low. Oh, resolution, resolute, up res we go.
Normally, this is the part where I'd join in and I'd start singing a verse of my own.
Uh-huh.
But I'm so low energy.
He's so low energy.
I'm way down here in Tomsville.
What do you...
Which is where the only drums that exist are the toms, and they go doom, doom, doo, 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 doo.
Tomsville sounds like a place in Animal Crossing.
It's like Hooverville. It's where the homeless Animal Crossing animals live.
And they discover, much to their surprise, that is the natural state that they're meant to be in, is that their animals are not really supposed to live in houses.
Yeah.
And so the people in Tomsville are just like, y'all, what are you doing?
If there was a Matrix movie about Animal Crossing, it would be where they realize, like, why the fuck do we live in houses? Have you noticed this? It'd be like, you are crazy little owl boy.
Mm-hmm. Just like the Matrix.
Yeah, that's how Elon Musk. What's that actor's name? Egbert Rohan.
Keep guessing.
Elston Briggs.
You're getting close.
Evan Hanover.
So almost there. One more.
Elberry Ticklefat.
Elberry Ticklefat is the name of
I knew it. That's
the actor in the Matrix.
the same one who played that the elf man in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Wu-Tang Cranberry. Well, I don't know. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name right now either. But I'll bet you by the end of the episode, we'll probably remember what it was.
Okay, good.
The free trial that I regret the most right now.
This is such a millennial McSweeney's article right now. The free trial I regret the most. In my late 20s, I signed up for a free internet trial. This is the story of my regrets, my loves, and the memories I'll never forget.
The free trial that has done me the dirtiest was CBS
Damn.
All Access. CBS All Access is horrible. I got it because they got a new Trek show, and I was like, oh, here we go. I'm going to watch this new Trek show. I love Trek so much. I never leave my apartment.
You used to walk through the living room and say, nerd, when I was watching Star Trek.
A lot of my life has been yelling nerd at people and then discovering that the thing they like is actually really cool.
Ben was a jock in high school. And
by which he means my name was Jacques. I went by Jacques. I wore a beret. I wore a long knitted scarf that was black. I tossed it over my shoulder as I made my way to drama club. And all the nerds feared Jacques.
hey, I realized why I feel so...
Is it because you've been in Tom Town?
It's because I didn't take my afternoon medicational dose.
Oh.
I'm going to stand up out of this chair.
All right.
And I'm going to go take care of my chemical needs.
All right. Well, let's talk about Patreon real quick.
Okay. Hey, gentle folk. I was going to say ladies and gentlemen, and I realized it's so reductive.
Yeah.
So I thought gentle folk is actually a really nice replacement.
I like that in our efforts to be more progressive in terms of gender identity, we're actually like regressing in terms of our speech, like to an earlier era. Like gentle folk is a medieval sort of thing. And like I never said folks. I never used the word folks until I was starting to try to be more aware of like being gender inclusive.
Yeah.
And now I say folks and I'm just like, folks, am I a farmer in the 18th century?
Greetings and well met, gentlefolk. Listening here to this podcast, hark upon your ears, this, the tune of merriment.
But what magic might bring this to your ears, you may inquire? Why, none other than patreon.com/frienddog.
'Tis only by the patronage of such kind gentlefolk as ye that we can tread these boards and roll these R's and wave these hands thou dost not see.
If thou want to be a supporter of we, ye can make the way to here. Here being patreon.com/frienddog. By supporting us for as little as $1 per post, you allow us to do feats both large and small.
If some people, even people I really liked, came up to me and gave me this same sales pitch,
Yes.
I would hit them in the shoulder with an axe.
So the idea that started all this madness was we were going to sign up and try to get as much free stuff via free trials as we could.
That feels like a million years ago.
It was a different era.
I have taken my Adderall and like I'm off like 2001 A Space Odyssey at the end when he goes to find the space baby.
Okay.
I'm standing up.
For the listeners at home, Brian is masturbating furiously. I mean, standing
up.
God,
I only masturbate furiously when I'm alone.
That's true. Well, I would have no way of knowing that because you're alone. It's like if Brian masturbates furiously in the woods, like,
and there's no one
there to see it. How can I verify that to the police?
Oh my God.
Is a question that I've been asking for years.
I do film myself every time I masturbate, just for my own records.
Tax purposes.
For tax purposes.
I don't have any dependents, but look how many I could have had. So before the break, you were not on Adderall. Now you're on Adderall. I am curious about what the difference is because I have never had a prescription for Adderall, but I, like many others, have taken it a couple of times when I was like college finals. And I got to tell you, what it does to me, I'm not a fan. It makes me feel crazy. I cannot stop pacing around. I have mild hallucinations. It's not good. But for you, like, what's the before and after?
First thing I notice is, oh boy, I got to take a real good poop.
Oh,
and
okay.
I do that. And then I tend to feel like I could figure out what to do first today. And then I maybe sit down and do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
that is really not.
That is wildly different from my experience of like trudging in a circle in an editing room all night and then going home when I thought there was a lion behind me. That's very different from just getting a general sense of, oh, I can prioritize.
And that's why it's a real prescription. And it's not like a candy thing where I go lie to somebody so I could take this fun drug.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot more fun than sitting on the couch feeling like, oh boy, I need to look at my phone. Oops, where's my phone? There it is. It's under my butt. Time to, oh boy, it's 3 p.m. So free stuff.
Yeah.
Ben, of all the concepts that we've discussed,
Yeah.
reaching into the 2s and 3s at this point.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one that has inspired the absolute least. I am still not past like try to get free stuff. That is as much as I've been able to imagine about this podcast.
Here's a tip if you're going to live that free trial lifestyle. Everybody thinks like, oh, I'm going to sign up for this, like a month of this free whatever, or to get this shipped to me for free. And then right before it comes time to pay, I'll cancel. No. Don't do that. That's for chumps. Cancel immediately. Sign up, get the thing, cancel immediately. You are still on for the whole, like, if they've said we're sending you something, they're sending you something. If it's like a streaming service or whatever, you get a month free, you still get that whole month. They want you to wait. They want you to play it fast and loose.
Smart. And they want you to try to cancel about 30 minutes before you get charged. Like there's going to be 17 steps.
Yeah, there's a term for this. I think it's called dark patterns or something like that. But it's a very deliberate thing that companies do where they design it such that an option is open to you, but it is deliberately hard to find. Like one time I signed up for a free month of Hulu. And when that month came due time, I said, no more Hulu, please. And they said, that's fine. Click here. And I did. 7 clicks later, I'm in the middle of the Mojave Desert. I've got myself a snake wrapped around my neck, and I'm pledging my allegiance to the Lord of the Soil.
So let's say we get a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have it. It goes nowhere. There's nothing... I have no thoughts after like, okay, now we have a free mattress.
Yeah, do you have to send the mattress back if you don't want it?
Yeah.
Who the fuck can send a... That's brilliant on their part.
That's super brilliant. It's like, oh, here's an elephant. We'll ship it to you for free. If you don't want it anymore after 100 days.
All you have to do is rent a large flatbed truck, several animal trainers, get a lot of straps and huge amounts of sedatives.
If you're on a budget, ride that elephant. Learn how to ride an elephant.
To our headquarters in Tacoma.
Is it Tacoma, Washington or Tacoma, Florida? They won't tell you.
We don't have to tell you.
You don't even know if there is a Tacoma, Florida, do you? You don't know until you ride an elephant there and find the box that has a little letter in it that says, ha, fuck you. This is a different Tacoma. They've put one of those in every Tacoma in the United States.
This is so weird, this idea, because it hits so close to home. I do have so much experience about it. And yet, as you said, there's nothing to talk about with it. Because today, I did a 2-week free delivery from Walmart because I'm a classy guy with a lot of money. And I had to cancel it today in order to avoid getting charged like $70 tomorrow.
Oh, okay. It was a free. You pay a fee, and they will do free delivery for you.
This poor dude showed up, very friendly guy, but he was carrying like 12 grocery sacks, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot how this works."
I mean, he still got underpaid. Don't worry about it. Do you want to do pros and cons?
Let's do pros and cons.
Okay, what are the pros? I think that one of the pros would be just that we actually get a lot of free stuff.
I think maybe we could call it the free-for-all.
Have I ever told you that I have a lot of respect for the way you title things?
No, you haven't. I appreciate that.
Words of affirmation are one of my love languages. Yeah.
Mine is Turkish. Another pro of this idea would be that, millennials and other younger generations,
we're a thrifty bunch.
We're a thrifty bunch. We've had to learn to be a thrifty bunch. So there might be some genuine interest in sort of like, what can I take advantage of in terms of getting free stuff?
I would actually love to listen to a podcast about a few people trying to get, maybe they set a goal for like $50,000 of free value. Mm-hmm. But also they have to use it. So if they sign up for Disney Plus,
they have to
watch it.
They have to watch something at least once a week on it or something.
Yeah, see, now the ideas are flowing. All I need are those sweet, sweet amphetamine salts. Give them to me, baby. I'm itchy and hot.
Cons.
I feel like I would have just said it sounds boring, but now I've talked myself out of it.
I mean, it would be the sort of thing that you don't really know what stories you're going to discover until you dive into it. So
yeah,
it's hard to prejudge it.
So if it's a documentary style and we're gathering hours and hours of audio and then trying to edit that into a story, that's a con. As far as producibility,
yes.
What if we produced it using free trials of stuff?
Oh, like software? Free trials of what?
Of software, production assistants, story editors, listeners.
Yeah. You ever heard the term freegan? A freegan is someone who manages to eat entirely or almost entirely food that they get for free.
Are they also vegan?
No, I don't think that's a requirement. It's just that you have to it's just kind of it's just more of a portmanteau sort of wordplay situation.
I think that should be called a freebivore.
That's better. I mean, it's not as pithy, but it's
freebivore. I mean, a
freebivore is more fun to say. This podcast could be the freeganism of life. This could be the first like freeganism produced podcast. Not in the terms of we would necessarily just be eating things, but like, okay, everything we're going to do for free.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what we can manage.
I think if we build it as like trying to live on the scraps of a dying capitalist husk.
Right.
We are the cockroaches of capitalism. We could also call it that.
We are the scavengers of late-stage capitalism.
As Rome falls, we feast.
As Rome falls, we feast. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of any other cons.
As much
the trajectory of this episode has been very weird because, like, we were like 2 seconds in, and you were pretty much already giving up. You were just like, "Fuck this already," and now
I'm telling you, man, it's that I take medications that make it possible for me to give a shit.
And to take a shit. So, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being can't do this podcast, won't do this podcast, 10 being this is the next big thing that's going to make us rich. What do you think?
I'm at a 7 now.
I'm around a 7 too, yeah. I'll take 7. I'll take that action.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible idea.
No.
I mean, it might be. It's hard to prejudge it, but the potential seems high.
Maybe it's, can we live off of free trials? And if we can't, then we actually have to go through with it and die.
Yeah.
Should we start the podcast over? Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Friend Dog Studios. My name is Ben Oxshire. Oh, boy, I'm tired.
Yeah, we should probably not start the podcast over.
You know, I get these ideas sometimes, and then was I saying something?
Nope.
Oh.
Well, until next time, I'm Ben Oxshire.
I'm Brian Huther.
And we will catch you on another episode of Brian Wants to Do a Podcast.
I want to do a podcast.
I'm going to murder you.